What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, giving y'all an episode of something very different, at least on this channel, because we had our own channel for it. It's called Wheeler Rides. Did y'all put that together? Some of y'all real quick with it. My last name is Wheeler. Okay, Wheeler Rides. We riding with the Wheeler man. Okay, I see what this is. All right, tell me more. All right. So, once upon a time, I used to do rideshare. I loved it. I hated it. I hated it. I loved it. I mostly got tired of it. And around 2020 is when I stopped doing it. It was one of my side hustles for being an actor, writer, producer in Atlanta. You know, it's art life in general. I'm a visual artist. I do a lot of things, but you know, that can be a struggle. I needed something else to bring in income, so I started doing rideshare. As I ride right now, I'm reminded of places I've been, people I've met, places I've seen in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm from. Born and raised, the real deal, a true AT alien. Get that right now, because that's the point of this video. Now, for folks not really from Atlanta, or who've been in Atlanta long enough to claim Atlanta, or just got to Atlanta and love Atlanta, or in Atlanta, but you don't really love Atlanta, but you're here because everybody's here and you complain about everything, but you won't leave. And we sure as hell don't need no more people in Atlanta. Need to get rid of some of y'all. Need to send you back. Need to ask for rehab on some of the ones who from here because they ain't got their mind right. Some of this young generation, some of the old generation. So we're going to get into it today. We're going to get right into it. It taught me a lot about my city I did not know. In addition to doing that, just being an actor and going to various sets on all sides of town taught me a heck of a lot about this city and how big it is, how diverse it is, how incredibly vast it is, because it is a sprawl. It's a sprawl town. And we say the A-town, all right? And I love that phrase, the A-town. I prefer ATL officially, but I don't mind A-town. Reason why is if you're from the South and you know towns are the foundation of little tiny cities. I mean, a foundation of any city, but they're the remainder of what used to be considered a city. You know, you had the town, you had the center square, Main Street to Wall Street. When they talk about Main Street, when you're going down Main Street in just about any town in America, that's part of the old town. So, Atlanta has a country culture, no matter what, and always will. And I always say to anybody who's not from here or even from here that doesn't quite understand that, that's what you got to first understand to truly understand Atlanta. If you understand it is a town culture forever, it will always be a country culture forever, you can't go wrong because you're going to respect the foundations, the old school of it all. I don't care how much gets new, you ain't doing nothing until you respect the old. You cannot move forward until you know your past. Sankofa, all right? The Adinkra symbol, the Ghanaian phrase, know it, learn it phrase, know it, learn it, look it up. Sankofa, y'all. Honest Khan Sankofa is one of our other incantations, all right? It's another part of Honest Khan Sankofa all day. So, in the midst of dealing with my triumphs and struggles of doing rideshare, I decided at one point to do my own rideshare service. Yes, I used to have my own service. Unfortunately, it never took off because it was branded right at the beginning of 2020. Like I literally incorporated not knowing that there was a whole pandemic on the way. And so I decided to do a play on the word rideshare and share rides around the Atlanta area, which produced a ton of incredible YouTube content that I want you guys to get very familiar with because we will continue the saga. It wouldn't be Friday in Atlanta without a traffic jam. It wouldn't be any day in Atlanta without a traffic jam as we move headed to the deck, Decatur, where they say it's greater. Decatur. Cobb County is no. I'm in no rush, man. I'm like, it's actually working out in some ways for me because I got time to truly plan, build relationships, and know that by the time I do something physical again, it'll be bigger than ever.
what was one of the things I point out to a lot of people and stuff? It's like with all this time that a lot of us are supposed to be like separated and everything else, any project or anything you wanted to self-learn, you have like no excuse not to be doing it right now.
No excuse.
You know, so you should be like.
All right, turning on the Old National right here. This is Old National Highway, aka Old Neck. This wet, rainy day. Hadn't hit y'all with some footage in a minute. Happened to be downtown. And they take it with them everywhere they go and bring hell because of it. So that's a lot of what's going on, I see, you know. And, you know, it's just going to get nipped in the bud, though. It's just like some towns let that stuff flourish a little longer than others. I'm going to tell you for real, Atlanta is not that town. It's not, don't play. It's not hard to find if you look it up. Oh, dope. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, man, dude. Go and watch all the content on Wheeler Rides here on YouTube, because Wheeler Rides is now officially a part of HonestCon. All its resources, everything that was going into that, like I said, it is no longer a for-profit. It is now part of HonestCon. Any content I do riding around and showing you the sights and sounds and what have you. Sometimes I'm outside the car, but most of the time I'm in the car. You're taking a ride with me. Even if you're walking with me, you're taking a ride with me, all right? When we hit these concrete environments, you know, we have HonestCon Outdoors, which could be anywhere outdoors, whether it's in the woods and all that, but most of that content is hiking, fishing, other serious, real, pure outdoor, not really about urban environment situations, right? So you can watch all of that. But if you want to see this Wheeler Rides content, playlist, so check that out. In Atlanta, there's a very old trend of talking about, well, what hospital you was born in? Because if you weren't born in a certain hospital, you weren't born in Atlanta. Y'all better understand, that's my hospital right there, baby. Right off Peachtree, in the heart of Buckhead. That's right. Some of y'all tripping, especially certain demographics, want to trip and say, oh man, that ain't no real, how in the world is it not? On Peachtree, in Buckhead. And for the record, for all y'all who want it, because you know, here's the issue with it. A lot of black folks in Atlanta always say, oh, if you weren't born at Grady, which is primarily, it's in the city, it is the city's hospital. But folks always make the sad joke. They say, the only place you want to be if you ever get, you know, stabbed or shot in Atlanta is go to Grady. Well, I'm not the kind of person who's out here looking for any reason to be stabbed or shot. I'm not saying things can't happen. I'm not wishing that upon nobody. I'm just saying, unless that's the case, I have nothing to do with Grady per se. But respect to Grady and all its hard workers. I know many people who worked there, have been, you know, who were born there, and you know, so much love to Grady for that. But at the end of the day, these are all just spaces and places in a place called Atlanta. And I want to speak on this whole thing because right now we're at a time in history where, thanks to one song, okay, by a young lady rapping, talking about what ain't Atlanta, that ain't Atlanta, this ain't Atlanta, this is Atlanta, that ain't Atlanta, to the point where she's breaking, this song has created debate and broken up communities from claiming stuff that has always been seen as part of Atlanta. Like, just because it doesn't have geographic line identity, which is hilarious to me, that of all human beings in the cosmos of the craziness and the history of racism and oppression and everything else towards black people in Atlanta, especially these are black folk that do this, you know, I just be real, I'm talking to y'all about some real stuff. You know, complaining, talking about, oh no, they don't need to be claiming Atlanta, that ain't Atlanta, that ain't Atlanta, that ain't Atlanta, that ain't Atlanta, this ain't Atlanta. Look here, y'all. Look here. Until you own some dirt, I don't care what you claim, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, to quote The Rock, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. Because as you can see, with all of the stuff that happens with purchase of properties, with all types of political things, and we're a nonprofit, so we ain't getting into the specifics on the political side of things. We're making a point historically for edutainment. We're here for education and entertainment. So to enlighten people, right? Even what I'm passing through right now, Buckhead, all right? All of this prosperity and everything that is commonly associated with, quite frankly, old white money in the demographic, in the sphere of things, right? Regardless, once upon a time, majority of this land was black owned, black farmers that were not the wealthiest. You know, they were doing all right. They were surviving folks. And I know this because I know not only people who had family here and are from those people. Yeah, but also, yeah, right here. So, yeah. I'm laughing because this car is speeding up behind some other car, about to run through them, and all they can do is hit brake, but you got to peel off at the light, see? Yeah, right. Anyway. Woo! I won't be here long because I just happen to be up this way. I tell you, my town is getting crazier and crazier. But anyway, my point though, it used to be black-owned land for the most part. All right, a lot of the let's put it like this: a lot of the parts people most know or note, like near famous Lenox Mall and Phipps Plaza and all of that region right there. Yeah. I used to work with senior citizens, and there was a gentleman who was a pastor who was at one of the centers I worked with. And we're talking about folks who were in their last years. I'm talking about 70s, 80s, 90s, even 100-year-olds. And he told me stories about how he was from the families that he grew up in what is now Buckhead. And his church was even in Buckhead. And he talked about the land acquisition, of how he lost the land to his church and had to turn it over because of all kind of pressures and politics and things going on and whatnots. So, you know, again, everything changes is the real moral of that story. Is all I'm saying is things change, ownership can change, demographics change, and lines of what is and what is not always change. So even something that is not on paper with the name ATLANTA does not mean, to those who have vested interest in the economy, in the true infrastructure and power structure of what makes a place, they don't debate these things. If they do, it's like a joke. It's lighthearted. It's not folk arguing and literally losing sleep and frustrated over powerless and petty perspectives. I say it all the time. Petty, powerless perspectives, people. It's petty, it's powerless, and it has no gumption in the game. None whatsoever. None. Do you understand there's a such thing as air rights? I'm talking about the soil. There's air rights. There's water rights. I could go on and on. Anyway, y'all ain't ready. Y'all want to get deep, but you don't want to go all the way into the water. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Spring in Atlanta. That's all I can say. I'm trying to behave myself and stay focused here, people. Anyway. Woo. Oh, wee. Sorry. So, yeah, there's a lot of beautiful ladies in Atlanta. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. You know, I've been thinking about bringing y'all some content about that. You know, the single life in Atlanta from an artist perspective and how it affects the future of artists and the creative household, so to speak, for those who want to have committed relationships in the future and things of that nature. Would y'all be interested in that? Let me know. I can definitely talk about it. From the top to the bottom, I can really break it down. Yeah. Because all that looks good ain't worth dealing with. Like I said, that's why you just drive on by and say, keep going. That's all you can do out here. That's all you can do for the most part. Woo, it's wild in these streets. So yeah, the point is, people, please, pay attention, focus, be realistic, and understand history before you get all bent out of shape over things you don't control. try to have some ownership. Or just understand, most importantly, Atlanta, I was talking to some friends about this, and one of my friends said, in so many words, he was like, I said, Atlanta is a spirit. And he answered that with, yeah, and you can't be that spirit without passion. So I feel that. And I would shout him out, but I don't know if he wants that statement public, so I'm just saying it now, you know. But you know who you are, and that's my homie. But yeah, that's real. Everybody's cultures has passion, but everybody's passion is unique, the way it's expressed. And there are many ways, you know. The biggest misconception about my city is the narrow, what you see as far as who is already famous in celebrity fame and whatnot, and therefore those people start to identify a place because everybody's just like, oh, well, when I think of Atlanta, I think of these, you know, this singer, this dancer, this rapper, this host of whatever show, this what, you know, that's fine and all good. But if there's all too much in common, it gives you one picture versus not the whole picture. And the whole picture is broad, much broader than what gets seen. A hell of a lot broader. And that's why those of us like myself from here, cut from a different cloth, can show y'all something new and still some of what you already know, but from a whole nother perspective, and hopefully enlighten you to a whole nother reality of Atlanta and another way of speaking and being Atlanta and knowing that all of it is, I said all of it is ATL. So let's stop talking and picking ourselves apart. Let's focus on true black excellence. Let's pull these pants up. Let's keep these chins up. Let's be intellectual. Let's speak respectful. Let's bring back Southern hospitality. Follow me. Let's go. No way, yeah. Oh, I'll be strong, baby. I don't know. Oh, pop, 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 pop. Have you seen her? Tell me how you seen her. So let's break down a quick list, y'all. For all you non-believers out there, all right? Whether you were born at Grady, whether you were born at Piedmont, whether you were born at any of the hospitals in the metro Atlanta area, which includes multiple counties surrounding Fulton, because within the county of Fulton is the city of Atlanta. So if you in Fulton County, any part of Fulton County is Atlanta. Because how you gonna be Atlanta without the county? All right, let's take it even further. All the connecting counties of which people do commerce and build. Last time I was out here, this wasn't even happening. What's going on now? What they building now on Piedmont? See what I'm saying? Building, as I pull up at, I pull up, you gotta talk about when you pull up. Y'all so silly, these children. I swear to God, y'all take two words people been saying forever and turn it into something. Fine. But don't overdo it. Don't get crazy. We pulling up. At Oxford, one of Atlanta's great comic book enterprises. Okay? You want to see an episode of Wheeler Rise where I talk about this place? Go check it out. It's already been done. I don't even know if I want to bother giving y'all footage today. I want to make my point, and then I'm going to pull up at the Oxford. Oh, yeah. Shout out Madcap. I'm going to give it some official love. I'm going to get in the sun and do it right. But anyway, Humpty Hump. Shock G. Yes, yes. So anyway, check it, y'all. If you're born in any of those hospitals, if you're born in any counties surrounding, I'm going to put the map in there somewhere. I guess I'll put it on there for y'all to see what I'm saying, right? And it's ever expanding because it's not some little kid or any grown man or woman that make a rap song or has some old street cred or what have you that want to dictate nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got to be on the level of Maynard Jackson to speak to me. You got to be on the level of Benjamin Elijah Mays, which was the name of my high school. Not just Mays, I went to Mays, I went to Mays. All kids talking about Mays. Man, do you know who you went to? Do you know what that school represents? Do you know what the Mays mystique is? And son, some old sports rivals and things of that nature. Forever and a day, salute to Frederick Douglass High School. It's named Frederick Douglass. What up, Doug? What up, Douglas? Damn right. Respect, man. The hell with the old beef, Mays and Doug. That's kiddie mess. Grown folk respect the icon. Because like Erykah Badu said, don't you be naming no buildings after me to go down dilapidated. No, you won't be naming no buildings after me. My name will be misstated surely. I think I got that lyric right. Did I do it right, Badu? Cause this world done changed since I've been conscious. Born at Piedmont Hospital. This Atlanta done changed so much. Yeah, yeah. Y'all done lost your minds. Stop talking about what is and what ain't. Start talking about what is, what ain't, and what it ain't. Man, look, what it is, what it ain't, what it gonna be like. What you know about that? What you know about that kind of talk? We can talk about old stuff all day, but what did we own? We can start bragging about where we skated at, shopped at, drank at, ate at, whatever at, bounce shorty, do the bank at, bounce shorty, all these dances, everything we put into the culture, shorty. What does it mean unless you own a damn thing? What does it mean unless you own a damn thing? You just gonna get old and still keep buying gold? Not a damn thing for your own? Man, please, I don't want to hear it. Too old to hear it. I don't want to stand near it. So get with it. Get away from me. Pull up your pants. Pull up your chin. Get your mind right in this shit. Otherwise, you a psych. You just a psych. You big old fade out. Big old joke, man. You faking the funk, man. Miss and Mrs., get real, people. It's all ATL. ATL is a spirit. Most importantly, what are you doing with it? What are you building onto it? Are you putting anything in place to help, or is it all hindrance? Because if it's hindrance, it's ignorance. What are you building onto it? Are you putting anything in place to help, or is it all hindrance? Because if it's hindrance, it's ignorance. A-Town to the Bay, from the A-Town to LA, from the A-Town to anywhere. Shout out Mad Cab, Shock G, Humpty Hump, y'all. Just had to put on my fresh today. Just want y'all to see the fit real quick. That's all it is. Just hey, hey, hey. Yes, 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 yes. Mad Cab, what it do? Peace, y'all.